Today, we are going to talk about why companies are more focused on hiring CMOs with performance marketing backgrounds. So this actually comes from it's a Wall Street Journal article, but we're seeing it happen more because back in the day, when you think about like Pepsi, for example, Pepsi would hire a lot of these CMOs with brand marketing backgrounds, right? Because a lot of these companies, they're more focused on brand. But now we're seeing a lot more of these. And I'm just going to kind of read a couple slides over here or sentences. They want people that have a performance marketing background because a lot of stuff is going more digital, right? And it seems like a pretty duh statement, but still in today's day and age, it seems like, at least in the C-suite level, things are a little behind. So Neil, what do you think? Oh, hold on. Let me read this first. So here's one of the quotes from the article. I've never seen such a myopic focus on profitable revenue growth. For the next 5 or 10 years, I can't imagine a marketer that doesn't have strong performance chops making it. Okay, so these people are saying that you have to have it. And here's another one from Destination XL. So if we are awesome at performance marketing and don't understand what it means to engage a consumer, in reality, that means brand level marketing as well, we will lose.
So here, you used to have a quote on your homepage, Eric. It was related to CEOs. It was, what percentage of CEOs believe CMOs don't focus on ROI or something like that?
So it's 78% of CEOs don't believe that marketers focus on ROI. And the tagline was, we do.
Yeah. And it was funny because we did a survey, call it a month or so ago or 2 months ago. I don't know when this episode comes out. When we interviewed marketers and how they're going to allocate their budgets towards 2023. We had over 8,000 respondents of marketers, a lot of big corporations in there, some medium-sized corporations, some small corporations. And it was interesting. A lot of ad dollars are moving away from traditional means, print, television, etc. And they're starting to push more money towards performance. And if you ask why, the simple response was, it's easier to quantify and measure the return. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't do that with traditional, because traditional is adapting and is becoming more digital, because there's companies like Tatari that'll help you measure television ads and the effectiveness. Not perfect, but it's better than nothing. And you can also buy ads on things like Hulu, which are internet-based, and you can see if someone clicks over, goes to your website, etc. But when you think about that, when you think about all these channels that marketers have to advertise on, and you think about the fact that companies have spent so much money on a lot of advertising, and a lot of it doesn't do much for us. Like, we have a mutual friend who raised money at a multi-billion-dollar valuation, and it was all well-deserved. Their company does hundreds and hundreds of millions in revenue. They sponsor sports-related programs, big ones that everyone here would know about, and there wasn't much of a ROI. The point that I'm getting at is the reason CEOs and corporations are focused on more performance-based CMOs is people are tired of marketing being like, oh yeah, we did this cool campaign, but we can't measure it. People want to know you spent $1 and did you make 2 or did you make 3 and was it profitable? Now, not all marketing has to be profitable, and corporations understand that. And we deal with so many large companies, and they don't care for every one of their campaigns to be profitable, but it doesn't mean that they can't be measured. And a lot of performance-based CMOs have measurement in mind, which is what CEOs love. Because yes, you can have a bucket of campaigns that you need to have an ROI produced, such as ads through Google. You can have a different bucket for branding campaigns, and it may not have to produce as much of an ROI, but you still want to know what kind of results is it producing, and is it worth doing more of it.
Cool. So let's go back to the mutual friend that we're talking about. So let's just say, this individual, let's just say his eye was away from the ball for a little bit. Okay. And, he came back to, when he put his eye back on the ball, then he's like, oh, wow, look what happened. Turns out we have overhired for people that ended up over indexing on brand and, buying all these tools and kind of just like, it's just like a glut of stuff, right? That wasn't really measurable at the end of the day. And, basically this guy has a performance marketing eye on things. And it's just like, dude, let's bring things back to normal. Like, we need to bring things back a little more towards performance. Not to say that the branding stuff doesn't work, but there needs to be a strong balance is what Neil and I are trying to say at the end of the day. So it's not like, oh, it's all going to be about performance long-term. It's like, you have to understand both brand and performance, and both of them, if you understand them both well, they go hand in hand. Because, at the end of the day, I'm looking at this article again. people are like, look, if you're really splitting the roles with brand and performance, the real winner is the CEO. And then it's like, at that point, then why do you need a CMO? Right. So that's a really extreme thing to say. And some people probably disagree with that. But look, a lot of budgets are getting cut, right? Like I think there's this quote over here saying that this one company dropped its media budget dropped it to 20 million from 100 million. So we're seeing a lot of decreases right now. So especially in these next 2 years, maybe the theme is you have to be more careful with your money, which means you have to watch performance a little closer. Long term, though, we believe, it's going to be a good balance of brand and performance at the end of the day. But that's what it is. Anything else, Neil?
No, that's it. When you're doing your marketing, whether you're doing stuff for brand or performance, just keep in mind everything can be measured. It may not be able to be measured perfectly, but having some metrics is better than having none, because even if you're doing stuff for branding, you can figure out which branding campaigns produce better results or have better impact, and then you can figure out where to fine tune. So try to measure everything, even if it's not perfect. Again, something is better than nothing.
Cool. All right. Go to marketingschool.io/newsletter. That's what will keep you updated with our ongoing content every day. So we have a weekly newsletter there to keep you updated. And that being said, also let us know if you like Neil's background more and my background more. So we'll see you tomorrow.